eternal, shiny and chrome. All right, guys, this is a walk around of the Holy Grail build, but we left the Jaguar out west at Matt's from Matt's Off-Road Recovery for the Off-Road Games, which is coming up. So what this is a mix of footage from a walk around that we did for Patreon and a little bit of footage from the Onyx Build Challenge. I think you're gonna like it. Check this out. For the Onyx Build Challenge this year, we bought a 85 Jaguar XJ6. We also bought a first-gen Dodge Cummins. And to top that off, we bought a Toyota rock crawler. Then we combined all three into this awesomeness that you see here. So it's funny, in all the comments of people not in the United States, this is called a Jaguar, but otherwise we call it in the South a Jaguar, and it is a beautiful car, and we tried to keep it beautiful. So part of the inspiration for this build was obviously Mad Max, as you can see, but also Monty Python and the Holy Grail. We tore apart the Holy Grail of all Dodges, and I thought, what a perfect name, the Holy Grail. So for the drivetrain, we've got a 12-valve Cummins. We have a GetRag 360 manual transmission, and behind that is an NP205 transfer case. We have a total of 175 horsepower in that thing, but rolling pole, it's going to look really awesome. Dana 60s front and rear, and 586 gearing. We've got 17-inch vision wheels and 43 sticky Mickey Thompson tires. So we chose Yukon gear and axle because they are the absolute best. This car that we built has a wheelbase that's not measured in inches, it's measured in feet. It is 12 feet. For the wheelbase, the ground clearance is really high. We tucked that belly up to about 3 feet of ground clearance. So all of the suspension came off of that Toyota rock crawler. Because we were on a budget of $20,000, we knew that the best way to do that, instead of buying parts, was to buy vehicles and scavenge those parts. All of the suspension travel is in the rear. We've got leaf springs up front, but for whatever reason, they're super stiff. But flex is overrated, especially when you have 12 feet of wheelbase. All of our flex is in the rear, which it flexes out really well back there. And the front is stiff, which is good because that keeps the body square. Guys, I figured we'd do a quick walk around for you guys. We're out here at White Sands National Park, so check out this scenery. I need my welding hood, it's so bright. I don't know how Josh is doing it with no glasses, he's crazy. So, it is complete, minus one light that we have coming to a UPS store near us.
Tail lights.
We need a light bar, we need rock lights, we need tail lights, we need more hooks and things. Where should we start? I think you guys have watched the entire build, but I think you just want to know what it looks like. So this is what it looks like.
A walk around?
Yeah, let's do it.
85 Jaguar XJ6, powered by 12-valve Cummins. JK radiator with a custom radiator shroud. Kept a lot of the Jag wiring, a lot of the
Wait,
Dodge
did you say the Jag wiring?
Wiring. A lot of the Jag wiring, a lot of the Dodge wiring. It's just mated together. Leaf springs in the front that were off of the Toyota. They're a little stiff, but they're holding that Cummins up without a problem.
They're really stiff. It's crazy stiff still.
We got an awesome Warren high-speed 9500 winch on the front. That thing is kicks butt.
It's scary though. If you are not paying attention, you'll get your hand sucked right in there.
So the frame is from the 90 Dodge W250. We just kind of modified it a lot so that it followed the contour of the underside of the car. kind of made it look like the car wasn't sitting on a truck frame.
We had to do some last minute clearancing right there. And up front we have a Dana 60 with a tractor ram, 586 gears, I think it is. And Yukon diff cover.
I think it's a Detroit locker.
Yeah, Detroit locker.
43-inch Mickey Baja Pro X stickies on Vision Manx wheels. Is that what those are?
350 BL, I think is what it's called.
The Scorpion.
Yeah.
Got some chain steps, but it's still not easy to get in. You need a grab handle up there.
It's pretty dang tall.
The Queen loves it. She gives her approval.
Yeah. She says hello.
Maybe her arm's just in rigor mortis in that position. The 4-link was the 4-link off of the Toyota. It's set up exactly how it was in the Toyota. Is it the best system? No, but it came with the Toyota. So
and it saved us a lot of money in our budget, so.
It'd be nice to have Heim joints, but we'll get there eventually.
Got a 15-pound power tank. Got a Summit Racing fuel cell. I think it is about 14 gallons or so. These I did last minute before we left. So these chains hold the boom up in a static position. And then the winch goes through this big old shackle, goes up there and then back down. And that winch is what holds the boom from bouncing, and then when you get a vehicle on there, that will hold it also.
Everything on the body is bare metal except for the inside portion of the bed. It was all coated with shark hide. And the very back of the cab, the Jag, is also painted because you can't really get in there anymore.
Out back we've got some Bilstein 14-inch coilovers. Spring rate, I think it was 250 over 300 is what it was. And then we've got the Holy Grail sign back here. Really cool. Luke made that for us from Davron Technologies. We've got the Bilstein. Those are the reservoirs, I guess. Got Optima battery. It's a secondary battery, and then it powers the rear winch. Got our, oh, look at this. Got a vise right there. Fire extinguisher, a headache rack in case anything bad were to happen back here. It protects us inside there.
Keep the roof off the wall. So the first line, thought we had it. The right tire was getting down in the hole. It was pulling the left front up in the air and just wanting to tip it over this way. So we decided to try the right line and afraid it was going to get real tippy. And it wasn't too bad.
It was a lot more stable than I expected.
Yeah.
Good job.
We got to put some more tools and stuff on, more accessories, but this is just what we had time. We finished at 10 o'clock night before last. And
we were supposed to leave at 10 in the morning, and we ended up leaving at 10 at night. But the boom is 9 feet tall. It's about 8.5 feet to the, or it's about 8 feet, I guess, to the pivot point right there. Well, on the trailer, it's just under 13 feet, which we can still get under bridges and stuff.
It keeps shrinking then, because I thought it was 13.5.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, it's something like that.
We let air out of the tires, it'll be that.
Oh yeah, the tires right now have 30 pounds in them. So we got it's a mess, but we've got the rear factory seat in here. Roll cage comes through, and we have a custom headliner. It says BleepinJ because the sunroof is open. We have some really cool, look at this trim though. Josh got all the original trim and carpet in there. It's really nice.
Everything's, except for the seats, it's mostly factory Jag. The power windows work, the power mirrors work, sunroof works, gauges work, everything works that possibly can work, and the seats work very well.
Yes. Jeremy Clarkson is there with us. We have PRP Enduro racing seats, and they are heated and cooled, and right now the cooling is on, and it's just like the heat except opposite. It's really neat. So it just cools your butt. PRP racing harnesses that say don't tread on me on there, which I thought that was really neat.
You show them the headliner?
Yeah, showed them the headliner, and then made these like 5 minutes before we left. Custom visors.
And head choppers.
Yeah, you want to make sure that they're all the way up and you don't leave them like that. Otherwise, you might lose your head. Dual twin stick. Got the shifter. It's a manual transmission. Get Rag 360.
I think the shifter is JB Custom Fab and the output is JB Conversions, I think.
One of the two. Got the emblems on there. Cummins turbo diesel power ram and the Jaguar. Didn't have time to chrome plate the big Jag ram thing that we had 3D printed for here, but we put the Jag on. And
Knoxville driveline drive shafts.
Yeah, tow hook on the front. Hopefully we don't need that. And then we have on the back, we've got 2 tow hooks here that come out of the tubes, and then this chain is for if we hook something. If we hook a vehicle up to there, we'll put the chains or whatever.
The most massive D-ring.
But the chains also act as a step. If you want to get up in there, it's a lot easier to put your foot right there and hop in rather than trying to jump up there.
Brakes are using the Jag master cylinder and booster hooked up to the calipers that were on the Toyota, and I think it's Chevy on one end and Ford on the other as far as the calipers go, and it seems to be working.
They had asked us what we would change if we were to do it all over again. I think we would build it in 2 years instead of 6 months. I'd definitely be an automatic, and we would spend more time doing everything right instead of... If it wasn't for the $20,000 budget part of it, we would have done a lot of things differently. But this is what we came up with for 20 grand. It'd be really nice to have a 14 bolt in the rear and a 14 bolt in the front, probably. But a little bit of rear steer. I don't know that we could get away with a lot unless it was much wider, because I guess it would be naturally wider. Yeah. But it's already rubbing slightly when it flexes right there. But the axles, we didn't realize it, but when we bought that Toyota, the axles were narrowed 8 inches.
It does turn fairly sharp for what it is. It turns pretty good.
We got all the turning out of that ram.
Oh, yeah.
So the sun visor could be a little bit longer, but I think it would start to look funny much longer than that. But let me get up here and show you the top. Sunroof and visor. And eventually we'll probably put some sort of lattice right here for storage and some hooks. I need a lot of hooks and a lot of storage area, because even though we have this bed, a lot of it is filled up with stuff that we need mounted to the vehicle. And we also need a jack in there. So we're going to need a lot of hooks just to hang things off of. We think we came up with a clever solution to put our camping gear. We're going to try hanging it off of this boom in a big old sack.
This was like a 2 a.m. thought, searching on Amazon, really tired on the way out here.
Yeah.
Like, we should hang the stuff from the boom.
Yes. I didn't show them this. This is the coolest part of this build, guys. Look at that. Valve stem caps.
That is going to be an issue if we ever need to take it off on the trail.
If we need to take it off on the trail, we are in deep doo-doo.
Yeah.
Already, because why would we need to take that off? To pull the transmission?
Transfer case.
On the trail? There's no way. It's too heavy. So this is a combination of Monty Python and the Holy Grail / Mad Max build, but we really went with the Mad Max theme, as you can see. Witness me! We should have got points for dressing up on Halloween, but we had a good time out there dressing up as Mad Max characters, and it was a lot of fun. All right, guys, I hope you liked that. Our next build is going to be a really fun one for the off-road games, and when we go to the off-road games, we're going to pick up the Holy Grail and bring it back here for some more fun with that. We've got some upgrades coming up, and we're going to do some wheeling out here on the East Coast. We'll see you guys in the next adventure.